Hey all, welcome back. Man, so I was trying to stream on my desktop here and something got all messed up. So I'm not using my normal setup. I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes for y'all to get on, but just wanted to kind of talk and share some new research with you about inflammaging. So yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. You guys just got an update that I was going live on my other video. Well, I like to stream through my computer and my computer's not recognizing my camera. Hey all, thanks for being here. Sorry for the mix up on the stream. There we go. All right, we're live. We are live. All right, so let's talk about inflammaging. Happy Saturday, friends. Thanks for being here all. What's going on, Dylan, Laura, Adriana, what's up, guys? Hey, if someone wants to be so kind as to copy this URL of this video and then paste it in that other, where the chat of the go live, that would be so amazing. Because my computer's giving me a lot of grief this morning. So what's up from India? Jim in the house. Hey guys, it's been a little while since we've done a live stream on a Saturday morning. Hey, thanks so much, Jim, for putting that in there. I really appreciate you doing that. If you could just let other people in the chat know that we're live over here. My computer is not recognizing my camera. I had all this all set up. I tested it. And then there was some mandatory update and now it's not recognizing it. So anyway, we're gonna talk about inflammaging. So Steve Horvath published this paper in the fall, and it's going to be backwards for you because that's just how it looks on the cell phone. Morning here, 1742, amazing. So this is a concept that Jeff Bland has talked about for a very long time, and it's the associated increase in inflammation as we age. And one of the mechanisms at play here might be thymus atrophy. So unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to see the image that I had prepared on this presentation, but hey there, Allison. But as we age, our thymus atrophies, and this may be one of the root causes contributing to age-related diseases and age-related increases in inflammation. So I just wanted to kind of, share with you some insights about fasting and about stem cells and so the results of this paper. And one of my little secrets that I feel has helped me as I approach my late 30s is taking DHEA and berberine and fasting. And to make a very long story short, this particular paper and the research, it was actually a clinical trial. That's my little kid there. So Saturday morning we like to goof around. We're gonna go to the gym and then go hang out and do some hiking. So to make a long story short about this paper before we dive into the thymic atrophy, what this clinical trial found is a combination of growth hormone, DHEA, and metformin can reverse biological aging or slow down biological aging through these epigenetic clocks. And one of the mechanisms at play here might be thymic atrophy. All right, so this is gonna be one of these videos where you all watching the replay are gonna get so annoyed because there's been distractions and all that, but look at this little monkey right here, just bugging me. I might have to just do a full video on this, but I really am excited to share this with you because I think it gives us a lot of insights. Hey, Buckwheat, they're asking for your name. Anyway, all right. So maybe we just turn this conversation into a little bit more casual Q&A. So if you all have any questions, let me know. Yes, please ask questions. Let's just do it like that. I'll just do a full video because I can tell with this little monkey right here, it's gonna be a shit show. Yeah. Thanks for saying that. I'm gonna do a full video on this all, and we're gonna talk more about DHEA and metformin and some of the epigenetic aging. But what I do wanna share with you is a company called My DNH. And what they do is they look at your, basically your chronological age and how that's different from your biological age. And so I'm doing the results on Monday, and that will actually tell you your age. And so a question just came in, and the question is from Star. She says, metformin, a diabetes drug. Let's talk about that and unpack that a little bit. Yes, metformin is a drug that is widely used for the treatment of type 2 diabetes, right? Now, what we need to understand here is that we think of drugs as being bad in most instances, like because they have side effects. the thing that you need to understand with metformin is, number one, it's very poorly absorbed. Number two, it actually increases this potent intracellular signaling kinase that's involved in nutrient sensing called AMPK. AMPK actually activates autophagy. Metformin, unlike other drugs like, say, thiazide diuretics or beta blockers, metformin has very little side effects. And you might need to increase more B12 and folate when you take metformin, but it has very minimal side effects. A question just came in. What is the name of the... Hey, Buckwheat, do me a huge favor. On the table, there's a kit, a test kit. Go grab it, please. It says My DNA on it. It's green. I'm going to show you guys the test kit. Go, go, go. All right. That's what's cool about having a little helper. Please, hurry, hurry, hurry. All right. So the name of the company is called My DNH. My DNH. That's the name of it. Does fake sugar cause inflammation? Interesting. Nez, keep looking. It's by the lantern. Go, go, go. Look to your left. Yep, it's over there in the corner by the lantern. It's a small little white box. She's getting the test kit right now. It's a small, no, not that, not that. It's another box. It looks like that. All right. So what are my views on resveratrol? I take 1 gram of resveratrol a day. And if you want me to show you the brand that I take it from Biotics Research. It's available on our website over at myoscience.com, myoxience.com. Resveratrol has been around for a long time. I've been taking resveratrol since 2007. Yes, that's the one. All right, she got the test kit. Cool. Come on. That's my little helper. All right, I'm glad that this conversation is actually, so I'm going to do a whole video. We're not going to make this a science video. This is the test kit right here, My DNH. It tells you your epigenetic age. And I'm super excited to try this because I've been doing this fasting protocol where I fast for at least 24 hours every single week. And thanks, Rob Bacon. And so I'm super curious to see, if this is affecting my, biological age, what it's doing for my longevity and things like that. And so, it's going to be interesting. So this is the test kit. I wish I had a discount for you all. I'm going to email them and see if I can get one. I think if I buy 20, I can get a discount. But again, the why would you want to test this out? I think this is good for a lot of us to test baseline levels of different things. And then when we make diet or exercise changes, guess what? We have some sort of reference point to see how things are trending in the right or wrong direction. What's your opinion on CBD oil? I'm a big fan of it. And so one of the brands that I recommend is our show sponsor, actually, HelloNed.com. If you go to HelloNed.com/HIH15, gosh, I'm going to have to go back and re-update this video. Look at this kid. I'm going to have to go re-update all the links in this video, but you can save 15% off. So here's why I like HelloNed CBD. It's biodynamically grown in Colorado. They're only using the hemp flowers, and it's a cold ethanol extraction, so no toluenes and things like that. Someone's saying they like smoking weed. So you know what? I've smoked weed before. I don't like it because it affects my memory. So THC, what it does is it affects acetylcholine processing in the hypothalamus and the hippocampus, hippocampus, not the hypothalamus. So acetylcholine is an important neurotransmitter involved in memory consolidation and formation in the hippocampus. And THC affects acetylcholine metabolism in the brain. So I don't do that for that reason. Yeah, I know. We're going to go hang out in just a moment, guys. Opinion on light alarm clocks. You mean having lights on your alarm clock, or when the alarm clock turns on, it releases the light? Buckwheat, you want to come here? She's doing it. She's doing a good job. Okay, so great question here from Beat the Sweeper. Is mTOR generated by exercise? Exercise does increase mTOR. And this is what I was going to talk to you about on my presentation, but unfortunately my computer is not working. But we need to understand that for mTOR to be stimulated, we need both growth factors and nutrients at the same time. And so this is actually some new research by David Sabatini. I was emailing him this week. He published a new paper, and I hope to share with you the results of that very, very soon. To make a long story short, so we need both growth factors and nutrients. But yeah, exercise does increase mTOR transiently. So I think a lot of people are scared of mTOR because longevity doctors are talking about how mTOR is bad, it's linked with cancer, overexpression. But what you need to understand is chronic mTOR overexpression is the problem. Periodic transient ebbs and flows in mTOR is actually welcomed. It's helpful. We don't want to chronically suppress mTOR. So keep that in mind. Now, I do just want to let you guys know that I do have a supplement company. I've been kind of quiet about this on YouTube, talked a lot about it on the podcast, and just created a new formula to help you with your electrolytes. It's called DIY Electrolyte by Myoscience. So for $13.95, you can get your magnesium and potassium, and all you have to do is add in some of your Redmond real salt. So what's unique about this salt is it's hand harvested in Utah. And I like this brand right here. I mean, this particular version, I just call it the red type. So it's not the super fine salt. So I mix this in 2 capsules of this pre-workout or when you're fasting. It's arguably the most affordable way to get your electrolytes in. So, and as a listener, you can save by using promo code HIH at checkout. Again, the new product is called DIY Electrolyte for $13.95. You can get an amazing, cover your electrolytes. It's not kosher. Is it kosher? It is kosher. Yeah, so this is just the sea salt. So I like this because it's hand harvested by a family-owned company. All right. Calisthenics or resistance training. It's like, what's better? Ribeye or T-bone steak. I think it's good to have a variety. Calisthenics can be good on an off day. Resistance training is what you need to do for just longevity, for maintaining muscle mass and all that sort of stuff. What's your take on lowering protein to slow down aging? I think you should compress your feeding window to slow down aging. And you don't necessarily want to slow down aging, it's optimize aging. So a chronically low protein diet, that might suppress mTOR, all that sort of stuff, but you're gonna have compromises in recovery and exercise performance and everything like that. So, okay, signaling with the face emoji so you wouldn't miss it. Yes, Dr. Wade, Redmond is a game changer. Okay, Anderson says, are you full on carnivore? Do you do dairy and egg whites? What's your opinion on them? I personally am not full on carnivore. We do a lot of animal products in our house. I don't have autoimmune disease. I don't have GI issues. I like to just cycle my carbohydrates based upon my activity. So on days like today where I'm going to be lifting weights, we're going to do a lot of garden work, a lot of housework, a lot of hanging out with this little critter. We're going to go hiking. It's going to be a day where I might have a little bit more carbs. We have some sweet potatoes, organic. We might, stir fry them up and stuff like that. But on days where I'm traveling, on days where I'm not as active, things like that. Hey, thanks so much, buddy. I appreciate that. Draz Marks 10093 just helped promote the channel with a super chat. That's awesome. So I carb cycle, but I think there's a lot of benefits. As some of you know, when the carnivore diet first came out, I thought it was really dumb. I thought it was a dumb idea. And as I shared on the podcast recently with Dr. Sean Baker, I was at a grocery store, my natural food store, it's called PCC. And this guy came in and he had just looked me in the eyes and he said, Mike, I wish you wouldn't talk so negatively about this carnivore diet. I just tried it for 90 days and my hemoglobin A1C's gone down, my waist circumference has gone down, I'm off blood pressure medications, and I was like, oh my gosh. It can be very effective for some people. So just, keep that in mind. James says he's been using Resveratrol made from Japanese knotweed from British supplements. Cool. So we sell on our website, and I want to get to your question right here, Eric, about NIR and all that. On Myoscience, we offer the fermented trans resveratrol product from Biotics Research. It's a product that a friend of mine has formulated. His name is Dr. Mark Houston. I've been friends with Dr. Mark for a long time. I used to sell Biotics Research to doctors. So it's over on our website over at myoscience.com. Again, I recommend focusing on all your real food. Get your sleep prioritized, get your exercise in line, work on your relationships, eating mindfully, all that. And then if you really want to split hairs, here's how you take resveratrol. I take it with dinner. I take 4 capsules with dinner, and that can be very helpful. Why do you want to take it in the evening? Circadian rhythm research actually shows that Resveratrol is fat soluble. Remember not to. Yeah. So you want to take it. That's why I take it with. Are you okay, Buckwheat?
Yep.
You want to take it with meals. You want to take it at night. You don't want to take your antioxidants during the day. All right. So Eric is saying, David Sinclair stresses, yeah, it's fat soluble. So yeah, I take it, with dinner or in the evening with we do a little collagen, MCT, coconut dessert. Okay, intermittent fasting on 16-hour fast daily. Should you eat within a 2 to 4 hour period when allowed to eat, or can you eat the entire 8 hour and still? So you don't want to be nibbling for an entire 8 hours. I like to say, there's Brad Pinion or Pilon, eat, stop, eat. So the situation with that is so if you're intermittent fasting and your window is 8 hours, that doesn't mean you can eat every minute during that 8 hour window. It's usually like 2 or maybe 3 if you're super physically active, discrete meals. And so that's the thing about that. So that's a great question. What we're trying to avoid getting away from, friends, regardless of where you are on the low carb, ketogenic, intermittent fasting spectrum, is constantly snacking and eating, because that's just, we want to have a meal, be mindful, let ourselves get hungry, and eat again. Okay, so that's kind of the thing. Someone is saying they get their Resveratrol on Amazon, cost $80 a year for 1 gram a day. Ooh, yeah. It's probably not all that good, to be honest. So as someone who owns a supplement company, as someone who's been in the supplement business since 2006, to be totally honest with all of you, I don't order a lot of stuff on Amazon. Here's why. Amazon's fulfillment centers are not humidity and heat controlled. So you're ordering your stuff right off Amazon. Guess what? You have no idea how hot that got. You have no idea how humid it's gotten. I'm not trying to pick on Amazon. We sell a lot of stuff on Amazon, but I've had customers send me pictures of products that our products that we distribute through Amazon, because we sell right on our website and we do the fulfillment, in Seattle and stuff like that, in a temperature and humidity controlled environment. And there's been some interesting things. So I'm not, again, trying to say Amazon's bad, but some of these warehouses on Amazon, they get up to 110 degrees, right? They don't control for moisture. And so there's been some interesting things. So I love Amazon for small little knickknacks that I can't get anywhere else, but I do strongly suggest that when you buy supplements that you do buy it directly from the source. They're gonna be better. Okay, is yoga a form of high intensity exercise or just an activity? That's such a great question. You must be reading my mind, AK, because I do yoga on Mondays now. That's my off day. Yoga can be a form of exercise, but I think yoga should be more of like a active movement type pattern, because it's not going to cause hypertrophy. It's not going to necessarily enhance fat loss. Yoga is activity, and it should be really treated as such. Yoga is a wonderful way to learn how to connect with your breath, to increase your parasympathetic nervous system response, to become more flexible, things along those lines. So that's how I consider yoga. But look, if you're just getting an exercise and yoga is all you can do, then just do that. That's awesome. BBB says, what do you think about intermittent dehydration? That's kind of interesting. I guess it's not intentional, but I think sauna therapy is really effective. I do sauna therapy 5 to 6 days a week, get up to 190 degrees. And in that point in time, it's intermittent dehydration for sure. So I think that's helpful. On Mondays, I don't eat at all. I just have a little bit of coffee in the morning, that's it. No MCT, no nothing. And I try to really cut down on how much water I'm having. And so it's like a mild dry fast. And so you can join us. It's Metabolic Monday. We don't eat at all. Wow, someone just Cal W just gave 20 pounds. And he says, hey, Mike, can you give some advice when dealing with an active Crohn's flare-up, bloody stools, and everything like that? Okay. So Cal, you definitely got to work with a healthcare practitioner. You want to rule out potentially cancer, neoplasms, things like that, number one. Number two, what I would do is alternate day fasting. Okay, so that's eating every other day. So you want to calm down that inflammation. What a lot of people don't realize is when you do alternate day fasting, what that actually, the research on that from Johns Hopkins University have actually shown that it dramatically reduces inflammation. And that's kind of the title of this video. And we're gonna, I apologize that we had to do this on the iPhone because I had a whole presentation lined up for you guys, but my computer's acting up. But fasting and intermittent fasting is such a great way. Leticia, what's up? Fasting and intermittent fasting is such a great way to reduce the inflammatory response by virtue through a few different mechanisms that we're gonna, we'll talk about later. But to get to Val's or Cal's question specifically, if I was in your shoes, I would go more on a carnivorous style diet and eat every other day. I've heard so many, I've recommended this for clients, and I've heard so many people report back to me that it works really well, okay? So I would minimize the amount of fermentable fibers and the fibers, focus on some of the plant-based fats. Avocado, coconut can be helpful. I know they're not, carnivore, so to speak, but the bioavailability of some of the fats and they can be easily digestible. So that's what I would suggest. Again, I just want to let you guys know that everything that we talk about on these videos, we can't treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent diseases. I'm not your licensed healthcare practitioner. You definitely have to work with practitioners. I'm just sharing with you some of the tips that I've learned. Again, if you want to get access to one of the most affordable ways to cover your electrolyte balance, check out DIY. There we go. It's going to be hard. It's so bright out. DIY Electrolyte. For $13.95, you can save over 20 bucks a month. If you buy electrolytes from other companies that are charging 30, 40, 50 bucks a month for electrolytes, it's kind of crazy. The market has gone crazy. You can really save on that. NK, what's my supplement routine? Yeah. Everything that I take is on my website, myoscience.com, MYOXCIENCE.com. I'm super adamant about this. I take 50 milligrams of DHEA first thing in the morning. And again, that's what we're gonna make the video on this about. DHEA is a game changer, friends. I used to really struggle with circadian rhythms because I was traveling a lot. I was a sales rep, I was going to Chicago all the time. My circadian rhythm was a shit show. And DHEA I've taken right at between 7 and 8 a.m. It can really enhance. Oh, DHEA is not available in Canada? Dude, that totally blows. I don't know what to, well, here's how you can get it is go to a doctor and then get a prescription for it. Leticia says, how much DHEA for women? So DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, is different from DHEA. So I just want to clarify that. We're talking about a long-chain polyunsaturated omega-3 fat in the context of DHA. DHEA is a hormone. DHEA, I think for people over the age of, Leticia, I do take DHA. We have a monoglyceride fish oil that's super clean, so I take that, but it has EPA as well. So 50 milligram, you know what, I'm just gonna do a video on this, guys and gals, and just so you understand. But for women, since you asked Leticia, taking DHEA, women need to be very cautious on this and how much they take. I suggest starting out at 5 or 10 milligrams max a day. For men, you can start out at like 25, 30 milligrams, depending upon your age. But it's so powerful for recovery, for blood sugar health. Actually, I mean, it's amazing. If you look at the research on DHEA and longevity, DHEA levels and cardiovascular disease risk and all this, it's incredible. So that's why I'm super excited, guys. We do sell the Biotics research DHEA now on our website at a smoking price. So you don't have to just buy some off-the-shelf junk. This is a micronized DHEA. It's really, really cool. And the research on DHEA is just amazing. I mean, we could go on and on about this, but women need to be very, very cautious with this. Okay, so Lucas says, I feel horrible every time I take fish oil. Interesting. Lucas, have you tried different brands? What brands are you taking? Are they oxidized? What's going on? I would love to know what brands you're taking, what form. Not all fish oil is created equal. There's triglyceride-based fish oil, there's ethyl ester-based fish oil, there's monoglyceride concentrated fish oil. That's what we offer. Great question here from Will. Check herb dill for menstrual health. Interesting. So Buzzy B says, so many things aren't available in Canada and the doctors are not helpful. Buzzy B, I know a lot of great Canadian doctors. Where do you live? I'll try to link you up. Okay. Do you have any opinion on taking high-dose vitamin D3? I do have an opinion on that. There's been many individuals that have autoimmune disease and inflammation that take high-dose vitamin D3 and do well with that. I think vitamin D needs to be taken alongside vitamin K2. And that's why our company, Myoscience, we offer essential fatty nutrients that's both vitamin D3 and K2. And you want to make sure that you're putting your D3 in the proper place. B complex supplements. Yeah, I have a lot of opinions on this. And then I'll get to the whey protein. Thanks so much for the questions, guys. Are these helpful? If this content is helpful, please hit that like button. That just lets me know that maybe we shouldn't do presentations. We should just do Q&A, man. So just hit that like button. That lets me know. So we can do stuff like this, because I tend to do scientific presentations, but I realize people just need more practical stuff. So there's a question here on irritable bowel syndrome. If you hit the rewind button after we stopped this live about 5 minutes ago, we talked all about the protocol for Val or Cal. So B complex supplementation. Yeah, so you gotta have some intent and some reason. Why are people taking B complex vitamins? And what forms do you want to look for? I'm a big stickler when it comes to forms on vitamins. So most B complexes, when they feature B12, you only want to take it if it has methylcobalamin. A lot of B vitamin complexes have cyanocobalamin. It's one of the most poorly absorbed forms of B12. You either want methylcobalamin or adenosylcobalamin. Those are the two forms of B12 that you want. You want to look for folate. What kind of folate does it have? If the product has folic acid, don't take it. It's garbage. Folic acid is a synthetic B vitamin, so no bueno. You want to take 5-MTHF, 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate, or calcium folinate. NK has an awesome question. All right, so new here, what is mTOR? mTOR is the mechanistic target of rapamycin. It's an intimately involved growth signaling hub that translates nutrient status of the cell to various aspects of intermediary metabolism. It's involved in growth. So if we have high levels of insulin, high levels of IGF-1, along with nutrients, it's going to stimulate growth. Now, the problem with mTOR is chronic overexpression of mTOR is linked with various diseases, including but not limited to heart disease, autoimmunity, neurologic disorders, obesity, diabetes, right? So but we need mTOR. So it's not always bad, it's not always good. What we want is periodicity in mTOR release and so forth. And that's where intermittent fasting and time-restricted feeding comes in. But there was a question about whey protein. Buckwheat, can you get the protein? The protein that you put in your smoothie. Actually, grab me your smoothie glass. Okay, I'll just show you. We do consume protein. First of all, let me just say, before I talk about whey protein, I want you to spend money on food. I want you to really prioritize your diet. Grass-fed, organic, all these things are super important. Buy local, all that. But when we take protein, we give it to our daughter because she just likes a smoothie. Grab your smoothie, come on. And kind of a shameless plug. We sell one of the best grass-fed proteins that's out there through our brand Myoscience. This is a protein. This is raw material. I've been trying to get my hands on, I kid you not, since 2010. Okay, so this is how long I've been taking this particular raw material. And I think whey protein can be super helpful. We like it because, and this is the finished product of Nez's smoothie. And like I said, we're gonna be super active today, and we have backyard chickens and do all that stuff. So the whey protein is just like icing on the cake. And here's what's unique about it is it's a quick digested protein. And so there's something to be said about taking slow digested proteins and quick digested proteins, particularly in the post-workout window. So what we do is, like, if we do a 1 meal a day type approach, we'll do like a grass-fed beef and eggs and things like that for like a slower digested protein. And then we'll make a dessert with collagen, MCT oil, some grass-fed whey protein, and a little bit of coconut or avocado. Okay. Casein is garbage, so you don't want casein. Casein is no bueno. So there's just, in the grass-fed whey protein that we sell, very little casein and beta-lactoglobulin in there. But it is rich in immunoglobulins. It's a whey concentrate. Okay, so what foods are the most anabolic? Well, gosh, that's a long question, NK. I might have to do another video on that because it's not just about necessarily, all right, Cal, I'm gonna get to you right now. Gosh, Cal, you're the man. So what foods are anabolic? So you could say like protein's very anabolic, but you could also say carbs are anabolic because they will elevate glucose and insulin. So Cal says, can you talk about the activation of stem cells? What a good strategy is to harness their health healing effects. It went away. Benefits on ongoing basis. So Cal, I think the combination of exercise and the combination of intermittent fasting and periodic bouts of prolonged fasting are going to be your friend. This is something we talked a lot about in our autophagy enhancer masterclass, and that is the idea that when you're fasting and you enhance this process of autophagy, which by the way, the more physically fit you are, the more autophagy will be increased when you're fasting. So this is yet another reason to exercise. You can tell I'm a fan of exercise when I have my Mark Bell slingshot hip loop right here because I did some squats, air squats this morning. Exercise is so important, and it will help you get more mileage out of your fast. But studies have shown, based upon on that, and exercise is a way to increase stem cells. So Cal, the combination of both fasting, both a little bit of prolonged fasting, maybe one 24-hour fast a week or maybe one 36-hour fast a week. But in your case, when you said you had your Crohn's flare-ups, fasting every other day could be helpful for you, at least for a short period of time, to see how that goes. NMN, it's not going to affect stem cells. That's not how NMN works. It will affect NAD, obviously, but you can dramatically increase your NAD metabolism through intermittent fasting and different things. So the combination of exercise and the combination of periodic prolonged fasting is going to be helpful for you. And I think just living a good lifestyle, getting good sleep. I mean, sleep can be so powerful for that. Man, I love these questions. You guys, are you talking about DHEA now? I was talking about DHEA just a second ago, Angie Life. DHEA, I've been taking DHEA for, a year and a half now. I take 50 milligrams every day like butter. It's amazing. And I'm super excited. We do offer it now on our website, myoscience.com. But women need to be very careful when they take DHEA. I just had a client the other day who her practitioner, she's worried about hair loss. Great woman, so nice, so driven. Her practitioner had her on 50 milligrams of DHEA a day, and it was like, holy smokes, that was a lot. So women, be careful. Don't jump into DHEA, high dose. So I'm getting alerts here that my phone's gonna die. Pals, yes, giving blood will donate your ferritin levels. Spive21, thanks for that comment. I'm gonna go back and review all these comments, okay? So if you have a question that you would like me to address on a future live, we have a help form on our website, highintensityhealth.com. Great questions, everyone. I mean, these are just phenomenal. NK, how to improve protein absorption? Chew your food. Chew your food mindfully. You can supplement with bile salts. You can supplement with hydrochloric acid, but be mindful, be in a present state. All right. So I am so grateful that you're all here. I'm really, really sorry that my computer is all jacked up. It's not recognizing my camera. I got a new computer recently, and I wanted to give you guys this presentation today about Steve Horvath's work and DHEA and HGH and all this sort of stuff. But anyway, hope you have an awesome rest of your weekend. I got a video dropping for you tomorrow that you will enjoy, I hope. Super grateful that you were all here for the super chatters. Cal, thank you so much for that. I'm just so grateful for all of your support. And then Cal has one more question here. We talked about the stem cells. You know what? I'll do another video on stem cells and autophagy. I think that's needed. So I'm gonna sign off. Have an awesome one, guys. We and gals, we will catch you later. Bye now. Mike, you should make a Discord. All right, will do. Adios.